It's happening again. You know, I grossly underestimated how difficult it is to try eating peanut butter cookies while fighting back tears. Knowing I had to be up before the crack of dawn. I couldn't sleep. Constantly trying to figure out my situation had me tossing and turning all night. Finally forced myself to go to sleep at midnight. Wake up. It's 1:20. Fought to go back to sleep. Wake up. It's 2:20. Fuck. Forced myself to sleep again, and then my alarm goes off. It's 3:30. Laid in bed until 4, then finally forced myself to get up and get ready. This is one of those days where I'm sitting at my desk, working on a design I started for a tenant's daughter. Slight backstory, the tenants sometimes watch me draw as they pass through. The daughter is a young basketball player, and her mother asked if I could design a team logo for them. This was back in my boredom and research days, so I gladly got to it. This is one of those buildings where most people are living here, so they can get back on their feet and some become complacent. So I wasn't quick to charge. Plus I was using this time as practice since after 32 stitches in my forearm. Another story for another day. I never thought I'd draw again due to nerve damage. And holding any writing utensil for too long would cause a ridiculous amount of pain that I fought through until it goes numb. Fast forward. Turns out that her logo won a contest, and seeing the joy on her face gave me a sense of pride seeing a young woman so passionate about something. So I offered to revamp her logo for free. Listening to these messed up Reddit stories. And man, some of these people are beyond help. Then it happened. Trying to drown out my thoughts and focus. This only made it worse. Sometimes I don't really listen because most of it is background noise to drown out my other intrusive thoughts. But I can still hear. That's the problem. The story is playing. I'm drawing. And the entire time a dark shadow is forming behind me. The story is of a young man who just met his bio father years after stepfather passed. On his journey to reconnect. The brother he didn't know about was just being a dick. Even threw jabs at his friend's dead grandfather. That's when the shadow struck. I don't like asking for help. I don't really know how to ask for help. So I usually just suffer in silence, which led me to realize I'm isolating everyone. I started thinking about how my personal strife is keeping me from my family. Barely talk to my aunts and uncles. Feel like I ghosted my cousins. Worst part is, I haven't spoke to my grandmother since Christmas. At this point, I had to sit my tablet down and breathe, because thoughts of my mom flooded me and I just felt my chest tightening and it became impossible to breathe for a few seconds, but it felt like a few minutes. Christmas morning she was in the kitchen with my grandmother putting dinner together. We ate and as usual everyone went their separate ways to enjoy the night. I get home and she's on her way back to sleep after a late night trip to the bathroom. We used to tell each other about the new flavors of Faygo, so I told her I just found a pineapple orange, and offered her some. She declined and we told each other good night. I wake up the next morning, get ready to go to work, and as I'm putting my shoes on I hear my grandma on her way down because they were supposed to go to the store. I'm putting on my raggedy taped up work boots, and my grandmother is screaming for everyone. I feared the worst as I broke down the stairs. Fastest I've problem ever moved. To find my mom. Stiff. Cold. Gone. The day after Christmas. The week of my birthday. I'm reminded of it. Every day. I try to suppress it. Especially on days I have to work. My depression is showing and I'm still fighting tears. It's still hard to breathe. I'm better prepared for this if I work on Christmas or my birthday because I know how to handle myself in advance. It's random days like this I'm not mentally here. I just want to go home. I'm not doing well mentally. But until the end of my shift, I'll just keep my hood on and head low.